found it. He's right up here. Tough right now. I think evening hunts are the way to go. And
work that scrape, run it all the way in, and smash it.
well, here we are. It's November 8th. Just getting ready to head out for this afternoon's hunt. Waiting for Ben to get here. He's going to film for me. As we start this episode covering last week, deer action has really picked up. Hunting's gotten good. We're seeing bucks every time out. I've been just dancing around with these big bucks. I mean, seeing them out at 100 yards, 200 yards, not being able to get one to come into the stand, and getting some on trail cams. A new buck too that's just come into the area, and I've never caught him on camera earlier this year or seen him. Got a real nice picture, nice heavy 8-point. I'd love to run into him tonight. But here, as we get ready to start this episode, we're going to talk mainly about November 3rd. What a day it was for the team. 3 bucks on the ground. We're going to show you one of those bucks in this episode, along with another kill from another team member. The other 2 bucks are going to be in probably next week's episode, so make sure you tune in for that too.
Well, it's November 3rd. I had a really good hunt this morning. So good I couldn't even get on the camera and talk much. But I had this little young buck come in right after daybreak there and passed on him. He's a nice 1.5-year-old buck. Gonna be real nice in a couple of years. And then the guy I'm hunting with, he's hunting right across from me. He texts me, he goes, "There's a big buck laying down 80 yards from me." Alright. So I rattle. He goes, "He hears you. Keep going." So I rattle again. He didn't do nothing. He just kept looking my way. So I give it a second, and I look up to my left. About 50 yards, I see a doe coming through the brush. Right behind her is a really, really nice shooter. 9-point. Beautiful buck. But he never gave me a shot opportunity. Okay, well, I'm in the stand. Had an awesome hunt here this morning. We seen 4 bucks, I think. Got 2 of them on video. There we go. Oh, he's running in. course, the two that we didn't get on video were the big boys. One going down this bank behind us, and then one walking the horizon out there of the field. Well, it's November 2nd. Really cold morning. It was snowing a little bit earlier. Only seen one deer. It was a little buck out here in this field, and he went into the corn. Alright, well, here we are. It's November 3rd. This morning I said it was November 2nd. After hunting 30-some days, it all starts to blur together. So anyways, we're down the last 2 weeks of bow season. It's time to get the job done. I think I'm in the spot to do it. We just need a deer to get on their feet and get moving. It's cold out. Snow's in the air. They should be moving. Chasing starting. We've seen it. Big buck down in Kansas. Time to get one in New York.
Alright, we're heading out tonight. Got a good piece of property. Seen a lot of nice bucks. I've got Dave Lewandowski with me. It's his first ever archery hunt. Today was a great day hunting overall. My buddy Todd got his first ever turkey. It was a nice jake. Deer have been moving. Like I said, we got a late start though, so tonight will be a good night to get a buck on the ground. Let's see what happens. Like a decent 8-point. I think I hit it a little far back. Probably have to give it some time. I'll have to check the tape, see how it is. But I think I got it. I got the shot with the insane archery mount. Whew, that was awesome. It finally paid off. I've been hunting for about a month now. That was the biggest one I've seen so far, and I couldn't help myself. Let's hope we can get that one. After reviewing the footage, I definitely hit it too far back to go after it tonight. So tomorrow, we'll come up in the morning. I got a good friend who's got a dog. We'll track him down. Horrible feeling not being able to recover your deer right away. Watching DeerHunterFan.com TV.
Well, I just got back in the truck. It was a good night. A lot of deer movement. Had a lot of does come right past my tree. Two of them I couldn't even get on film. I snuck right up on me, right behind me. But the reason I'm sitting there is because so many does pass up over the bank right there. I'm hoping to catch a buck following one of them. The only buck I seen was a small buck early on, probably 4 o'clock, chasing some does around the field. But it's a great day. Kansas killed a nice buck. Ben hit a buck. We're going to watch the video, decide if we're going to track it now or wait for the dogs in the morning. He just wasn't 100% confident about a shot, so we're going to go back and look at it on a bigger screen, blow it up, and make a decision. So let me tell you a little bit about the process if you do call the deer search of New York. They'll come out. First they'll want some information about your shot. They'll want to know if you found the arrow and ask you where you think you hit the deer. Now here's a big advantage with us of filming is you can actually go back and see exactly where they hit the deer. A lot of times without being on film, you'll remember a shot one way, but you know, things happen so fast, deer can duck an arrow. Arrow can wind up hitting the deer in a different spot than where you actually thought it did. So anyways, they'll come out after getting information on the shot and determining how long they need to wait before starting the tracking. They'll have you sign some papers to ensure that you are on land that you are allowed to be on, and then you'll go to the site of the shot. The dog will pick up the scent and start the track. This is one of the biggest things I learned when talking to Tim about Lena and other tracking dogs is up to an inch of precipitation can fall and a dog can still get on a track and track a deer. That is absolutely amazing to me, and I've always worried about, oh, if rain's coming in, I gotta get right down and jump on that blood trail. You know, doesn't matter where the shot was, I need to know where that deer was going. That's not the case, and in fact, if it is a questionable shot at all, don't even track the deer, just call the dogs. She found it, he's right up here. Hey Ben, I think you're gonna be happy. Oh.
Sorry if I got excited.
That's good.
Girl! Yes! Woohoo! Get him! That's yours! Good girl!
Where's the arrow?
We never found it. What do you think? Something chew on him a little bit?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, probably.
Raccoon, probably.
Good girl, where's he at?
Nothing big.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Ben. I like it.
We found
Good job,
him.
man. Hey, good job.
Bleeding.
I know, I just caught it on a thorn bush. No blood.
Whatsoever.
We would have never found that thing.
No chance.
Good girl.
No blood, she just picked it right up.
Well, we found him. Last night I knew I shot him a little far back. Ran into a bunch of thick stuff. We had very little blood. Never found the arrow though. Luckily, the dog, she found him for us. And I'm real happy. It's a real nice deer. I've been hunting hard. And now it's time for the work.
Tip Pence with Deer Search, and this is my dog Lena. We've been doing this for about, this is our second season. She's a 1.5 years old, and we got a call last night that there was a far back shot on a buck, and we came out this morning, gave the deer about 15-16 hours, put the dog down on the track, very little blood. Started tracking. We had to reset the track. Finally the wind came in her favor, and she walked right up to it, and here's the deer.
Don't walk over the blood trail and drag the blood trail around while you're doing your search trying to find the deer. You might wind up leading the dog in the wrong direction the next day when he's trying to track that scent. So I guess the biggest thing is here is if you have a questionable shot, just wait, back out, call the dog, guys. Get in there, you'll get your deer. This buck only went 150 yards before we found it, before laying the track right up on it. Really thick thorn apples and goldenrod. We would have been resorted to doing a grid search through that, and you could walk right by a deer in this situation. So, moral of the story, wait, do it the right way, and you'll probably recover your deer within 150 yards, 200 yards, even on a far back shot.
Just got into the stand, walked up to the tippy top of the hill, and we heard what we imagined to be a deer blow out of here, even though we were pretty quiet. On our way up, we noticed several fresh scrapes, so I think we're on the right track. We haven't sat this stand in over 2 weeks, so I think it's good and rested. It's about due to kill a buck, I'd say. So sit tight, hopefully we'll put an arrow in one. Whatever you think, man. Oh, that's a good buck.
Meh. Oh, it's clicking like crazy. Well, I put an arrow in one just like I'd said. Probably about this big around. I think it was a cherry tree. Could have been oak, but it looked an awful lot like cherry. I don't know what happened. I could say that's the first buck I've ever drawn back my bow on. My first year in the woods as an archery hunter. I think that's what a heart attack feels like. My heart was pumping. So, yeah, I think I pulled my head away to see where the arrow was going. And it worked. I saw where the arrow was going. Smack ran into a tree. Probably buried it in the tree. So, really glad I spent 35 bucks on broadheads. Hopefully he comes back. Not likely. Alright, well here we are. Evening hunt, November 4th. We got a light dusting of snow on the ground. Temperatures are cold. It was 32 degrees when I got out of the truck here to come to this spot. Hoping for a good night. Stick with me. Well, we just had a group of, looked like 3 or 4 does came in, and I didn't see any bucks come in with them. So it's getting dark. We've got probably 10 minutes of shooting light left, and I still have 2 doe tags in my pocket. So I went ahead and took a shot at that mature doe. She was standing right here, probably maybe 20 yards from the stand. Again, I'm still black powder hunting, so with the smoke of the muzzleloader, I couldn't really tell about the hit. I'm going to give that deer probably 10-15 minutes, get down, see if I have blood, and we'll go from there. Well, it took me about 10 minutes, but I did find some blood. Got a drop here. I'm going to take the track up and see if we can find her. And I think we just found the doe. Here. Alright, there she is. Alright, well here we are. It's the morning of November 5th, and as you can see, I just found the doe I shot last night. I searched for her for probably an hour and a half or so last evening. Couldn't find her. It was just simply too dark in here, and there wasn't a whole lot of blood. I hit the deer farther back than what I wanted to. And she probably went 70 yards. Came in here this morning with good light, and here she is, another big mature doe for the 2012 season. And now the real work begins. I got to get her field dressed and get her out of here, and I'm just glad that we're able to find her.
So here we are. I'm still waiting for Ben.
But I'm all dressed up. I just got a text from Kansas. Dylan Knopp. Monster down in the hay bale blind. That was his killing spot right from the beginning of the year. DeerHunterFan.com TV is sponsored by 12 Point Property Management, Insane Archery, Timberland Realty, participating with Cabela's Trophy Properties, Outback Archery, FS Growmark, HuntingWNY.com, Sinclairville Superette and Hunters Cafe, Bruin Outfitters, and Deer Run Cabin Rentals.